Now we return to our top story. The Justice Department has indicted former FBI Director James Comey. Prosecutors accuse Comey of one count making a false statement and one count of obstruction. Comey says he is innocent. The charges come days after President Trump urged the Attorney General to target his political opponents. CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman joins us now. Katrina, it's great to see you. What is the burden of proof in this case to secure a conviction?
Wonderful to join you. So the burden of proof here is beyond a reasonable doubt. This is a much higher bar than what was needed for that grand jury. That bar was just probable cause. And we've learned that even with the grand jury, only 14 out of 23 grand jurors actually approved this indictment. Now, the prosecutors needed 12 people, so they got this by a very slim margin. At trial, the bar is much higher. When it comes to the false statement charge, they have to prove mens rea, that James Comey had the intent to falsely say something during that congressional proceeding, that the statement was in fact false, and that it was material to the congressional investigation that was going on. When it comes to obstruction of justice, again, they have to prove intent there, that he intended to corruptly interfere with that proceeding. So a very high bar for the prosecution if this actually goes to trial.
Katrina, we've seen President Trump celebrating the indictment on social media. Could Comey's defense team use that to their advantage?
Absolutely. And I would be very surprised if we don't see motions to dismiss on the basis of selective and vindictive prosecution. These are two separate motions. Now, when it comes to selective prosecution, they would need to show that the government prosecuted James Comey, but not others who were similarly situated when he was just trying to exercise his legal rights. For a vindictive prosecution, they need to show that this is retaliatory, that there is an animus towards Comey, and that that is the basis for this prosecution. But there is copious evidence in the public eye, statements that President Donald Trump has made, that administration officials have made, that Attorney General Pam Bondi has made, that could contribute here. And this is a different case, but it is notable with the Luigi Mangione trial. The federal judge in that case at the last hearing had actually admonished to the government attorney, she said, to pass on a message to Attorney General Pam Bondi to look at this certain local criminal rule that really outlines what statements can be made in the media and how they could impact a fair trial. And just this week, the judge says that it appears this has been violated, and she asked that government attorney to look into how and why this happened because there could be sanctions. So these judges are watching what is being said in the public eye, in the media closely, and they are worried about the impact that it could have on these trials and on these defendants.
All right, Katrina Kaufman, thank you.